Hi everyone, I'm Aiden Durham with 180 Law Co. in Denver, Colorado, and welcome back to All Up in Your Business. In this episode of All Up in Your Business, we're going to talk about trademarks for THC and CBD products. Currently, cannabis, marijuana, THC, CBD, it's all still technically illegal under federal law, even though many states have legalized it for medical and recreational use. The federal government still hasn't. And the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the USPTO, they will not register trademarks for goods or services that violate federal law. Thankfully, there was a little glimmer of hope. The 2018 Farm Bill legalized hemp and hemp-derived products, specifically products that contain less than 0.3% of THC. So what that means is that now under federal law with this 2018 Farm Bill, products that contain less than 0.3% THC are now lawful to sell. So you can register trademarks for those goods. But there's still another little wrench in the system because the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, still hasn't approved hemp-derived products in food and food supplements. So when it comes to food products that contain THC or CBD, the jury is still out. You're still most likely going to have a hard time registering trademarks for food products that contain any hemp-derived THC or CBD. So what's a gal to do? Obviously, just because you're selling cannabis products doesn't make you any less of a legitimate business. You still have a brand to protect. You still have logos, trademarks, all of these important elements of your brand that you want to protect. So how do you do it if you can't register a trademark for your products? Luckily, we've got a few options. They're not great, but it's the best we can do. The first is to file a trademark application with the USPTO on an intent to use basis, which means you're not selling the products right now, but you're intending to do so in the near future. There's been a big wave since last year's Farm Bill of intent to use applications being filed for hemp-derived products. And what this is doing is it's allowing these businesses to kind of get their foot in the door and stake their claim on their trademark while the USPTO figures out what it's doing about all of this. If things change in the future and future law permits the sale of these products, the idea is that these trademark applications will already be in there, they'll already be in the system, the process will already be going once future law happens and their products are now legal. Another option is to rely on state-level trademark registrations. Every state allows for registration of trademarks at the state level. And so if your state permits medical or recreational cannabis use, then you can usually register a trademark for your products or for your business at the state level. Now, this isn't going to be as good as a federal trademark registration. It's really only going to apply to your local competition. You won't be able to take down competitors in other states who have conflicting or similar trademarks. But it's better than nothing, and at least you have some kind of registration and some acceptance of your trademark at the state level. The third option is to register trademarks for related products. So maybe you're selling CBD or THC products, but you're also selling merchandise like hats, shirts. You can potentially register a trademark for those products. Of course, this isn't going to apply to any of your cannabis-derived products, but at least it will be some registration for your business name or your product names or your logo, things like that. Another example would be if you sell edibles that contain THC or CBD. Try creating edibles that don't contain any of that. In other words, just food. If you make THC cookies, make non-THC cookies and register the trademark for your non-THC cookies. Again, it's still not going to apply to any of your actual THC or CBD products, but it's still going to get a federal registration of your trademark as it relates to food. So it's better than nothing. Or you can rely on copyright protection. Now, the copyright protection is only going to apply to parts of your brand that have some creative or artistic element to it. So this could be your logo. If there's a creative design or artistic drawing in your logo, you can register a copyright for that. Or if you have some creative packaging design, you can potentially register a copyright for that. This isn't going to give you the same kind of protection that a trademark would, but it still will prevent your competitors from using those creative elements or those artistic designs in your brand. Finally, the last option, and really what everyone should be doing, regardless of if you take any of those other steps, is to just keep record. Keep record of when, how, and where you used your trademark for your CBD or THC products. Eventually, if and when cannabis is legalized at the federal level, if somebody else just happens to file an application for a trademark or register a trademark that is identical or similar to yours, if you can prove that you were actually using that mark in commerce before that other person was, you can potentially have their trademark canceled or have grounds to oppose it because you used it first. So unfortunately, it's still a bit of a challenge to get a registered trademark for cannabis or hemp-derived products that contain THC or CBD. At this point, it's really just a waiting game to see how regulations and laws unfold and how different agencies like the USPTO and the FDA decide to implement these changes. That's all for this episode. Check out the link in the description to learn more about Brand Bombshell, which is my new all-inclusive trademark registration package if you're ready to take your brand from blah to bomb. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future All Up in Your Business fun. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Aiden Durham, and I'll see you next time.